Having trouble sticking to your goals? No more. I've got a fix for you. And guess what you're no longer going to do? Long-term goal setting.
Oh no.
I'm talking about you New Year's resolutions. Out are the days where you map out these long, extreme objectives that seem completely unattainable and you have no way to get there. They're just ideas of what you want to have. It's all about mini goals, short term, little goals, little objectives that you can check off that you're actually inching closer to your goal without feeling like this daunting, mounting pressure to succeed. Like, this is your life. This is your plan. You need to scale it back to something that you can actually achieve. It's up to you. In all seriousness, you're going to have still that big idea in mind, right? Your big long-term goal might be start a family. It might be lose weight, run a marathon, start a new business. So you do have this overarching grand scheme, but that can't be your goal, right? You can't really measure lose weight, period. You're going to have like these mini goals along the way. And I know you already know that, but are you really taking action on those items to make that change to propel you closer to that end result? Stick around to the end because I'm going to make sure you know how to use this worksheet that I'm going to give you. That is free. You don't have to jump through any hoops to get it. You're just going to download it. Download it for nothing. And you can download as many as you want. You can share with a friend. It's tried and tested. People love it. And I just was like, why am I not giving this away to people? So I have this grid system. I mean, looking at it looks like a bingo board. It's so basic. It's so simple. So this is up to you to fill out how you want to inch closer to your end game. I'm going to give you an example of how I use this. I personally want to run a 5K this year. Okay, I have not done such a thing in a decade. And if I just put down run a 5K as one of my big goals, that I may or may not do that. And I'm etching towards not. I have to start slowly and build up some healthy habits. In fact, I'm not even walking yet, so why don't I start there? Let me start consistently moving my body, walking, before I even think about like the grand plan of running over 3 miles. I'm going to show you an example of how I use the grid. Here we have the completed project. There's my overarching goal to run a 5K. And as you can see, I do have it in the last box. That's my end game, but sometimes you might need 2 or 3 sheets, but you don't want to have a grid of, 48 squares. That would be entirely overwhelming. So up at the top, we're going to see, I'm going to start very, very slowly. I mentioned that I need to start off by walking, so that's what this sheet reflects. In fact, if you notice, I don't even list a duration. I just want to get out there and start, and I don't want to put the pressure of it having to be a certain amount of time. Then I move on to where I am starting to implement jogging into my walk. This is the point where duration did become important to me so that I continue to progress through my goals. I've added in strength training. I've added in a longer distance as time moves on. And the idea is I'm going through and I'm checking these boxes, working on these mini goals. These are essential for me to get to that end goal. As you can see, I've started to get more aggressive with my goals. I should be a little more conditioned by now, and I've upped the ante. I don't want you guys to worry about the colors that I've used. Use whatever colors you want. They don't have any significance to my actual goals. And then voila, I've made it to my end game of 3.1 miles, a 5K. But if I don't, I can just print out a new sheet. I can start over. So I'm making progress. I'm getting better. You can't control like if you get sick or, something unforeseen happens. That's part of life. Don't be afraid to start over and just get a new sheet out and work forwards. I want to show you guys a secondary way to use the sheet. This is all health related goals that again are specific to me. My overarching end game is to be more healthy, but that can't be a goal on its own. And I need a little more motivation. On the running sheet, my motivation was to be a runner. But here, this is a little trickier for me and harder for me to stick with. So if I complete half my sheet, I can get something health related, a new workout top,
a full sheet, I'm going to treat myself to a massage. Choose a goal that works for you. Here you'll see some examples of some things that I want to work on related to health. And again, colors mean nothing, just some variants to make it visually appealing. These are all things, yes, that does say 11 p.m. That's something that I struggle with. And I just say, hey, I want to do something for 1 week straight. Sure, I want to do it for eternity, but me accomplishing that for 1 week, hopefully it becomes a bit more of a habit. It sticks around. But as you'll see, I circle back to some of these initial goals later on in the sheet. These are things that I need to remind myself to keep implementing, to keep working towards. And then, yeah, I get to check another box because this is all part of me being overall healthy, feeling good, making some major changes that are truly beneficial. Additionally, if I were to fall sick or something unforeseen were to happen yet again, I have still made so much progress. I have still implemented all of these wonderful changes that are making me healthy overall, and then I can just start again. If I have to get a new sheet, so be it. Not worried about that. That's also why the reward system is important to someone like myself. I'm motivated by rewards, and that way, maybe I didn't get my reward with my first sheet. I'm going to start over. I'm going to keep doing these wonderful things for my body, and eventually I'm going to get there. I have about 4 of these sheets going at once. I'm a homeschool mom, so I have some goals there that pertain to my children. And then I have one for actually business. So, you can use it however you need to, and I really hope you're able to utilize and it helps. Again, something so simple, but can be a game changer. I could do a whole other video on the psychology of how this works, but for now, I just want you to print one out and get going.
So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts and if you think that this is something that you can actually use.